Good afternoon, my frosty friends. Welcome to the Plymouth Ice Center in Plymouth, Minnesota. Your Minnesota Frost are set to take on the Centennial. I looked it up earlier. I swear it was the Cougars, which is why it shows Cougars on the screen. But the jerseys have a loon on them, so I'm thinking it must be the Centennial Loons. We're just going to go with Centennial for the remainder of the game to cross out any confusion. With me today is going to be Paul, the District 3 Director. This is also the IIHF Global Girls Game in the United States. USA Hockey puts on a continuous game where teams highlight girls and women's games across the country the weekend of the 14th through the 16th of February. Your team's game has been chosen as part of that celebration. The schedule can be found on the Hockey National Continuous Game is available here. I cannot speak today. Paul, maybe you have maybe you can explain it a little better.
You bet, Seth. Thanks for turning it over. So the continuous game. So games all across the country are being played in succession. This game including. So basically what it does throughout the weekend, it creates one continuous game from Friday, Valentine's Day, through Sunday, the 16th. So making it one of the longest games that we played too. And Seth, I'm in agreement with you. I thought that the Centennial were called the Cougars. I know that's their high school program, but this one here definitely looks like it is the Centennial Loons. With District 3, right, we're proud of our 19U girls team that we have. And of course within Minnesota and the state of Minnesota, the goal is to go ahead and grow the game of the 19U program. So last year I think the state had 2 or 3 teams, and I think this year they have 4 teams this year.
I think you are correct on that. I think there was 3 last year. I think there's been 3 for the last couple years. This is the first year that District 3 has come out with the 4th team now, which shows good for the state and the fact that we're getting more and more girls still interested in wanting to play that either don't want to play for their high school team, don't make their high school team, or just want to enjoy the sport and continue playing.
Yeah, I think this is a great stepping stone too, right? So for, as you said, some of those girls who may not want to play for their high school teams or for their community-based teams, what have you, right? This is a great stepping stone for them to continue to play the game that they love. And of course, given the fact that the age is U19, you may even have some individuals who have graduated high school potentially that could still play this great game of hockey at this level as well.
I know with the one I've got playing, she's actually would actually be eligible for 2 more years after she graduates. So she'll graduate at a young 17, so she'll be able to play once again. Yeah.
And Kendra Verbeeten, she's down there right on the ice. She's got a microphone in her hand, and she has been a fantastic advocate for the sport of hockey within girls and women's program. As representative of Minnesota Hockey, she has done a tremendous job, basically advocating for women's hockey and continuing to grow the game. So she's a great resource that we have here, and she'll be on the bench for the Frost today as well.
Looks like they're having some audio technical issues. As soon as they get her mic on, we'll turn the floor over to her. And while we wait for that, it looks like we are going to do a 15-minute period, not 17, so I will adjust the clock while we wait.
So, nope, still no volume. So District 3, right? District 3 encompasses much of the West Metro area, and we have approximately 5,000 participants within District 3 for the youth hockey programs. That's basically from mites all the way up through bantams. And, Wayzata, where we're at here at the Plymouth Ice Gardens, or Ice Center, I should say, they're one of our larger associations within the state of Minnesota, between Wayzata and Maple Grove Youth Hockey Association, also in District 3. Those two make up 2/3 anyways of the largest associations, the other being Edina. When I'm talking larger associations, they are anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 players within their associations. Now we got the microphone working.
I think so.
Wait here, the the game clock here, or the hour clock anyways, is still ticking away, so hopefully they'll get this program started so we can get going here at the game. My assumption will be that she's talking about the continuous game. I think there's another game going on, 19U at 7:10 p.m. today, which is actually the St. Louis Lady Blues in the San Diego Angels. That game is taking place after this game. And then, like I say, there's a couple other games going on as well at the University of Colorado Boulder, Concordia University in Davenport. So a number of games that will be continuing on through the weekend.
Concordia is actually from where we drive down from, up in Moorhead.
Yes. Home of the Cougars.
Home of the Cougars. Home of the Dragons if you follow MSUM.
Yes, Moorhead. So are you aware of the Concordia St. Paul and Concordia Cougars Moorhead? Are they affiliate programs with one another?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
I saw the officials out here, but they must be in the... Looks like they're sitting in the penalty box there behind.
Yeah, they are patiently waiting. Okay, here we go. There you go. We have arena audio. We'll turn the floor over.
Hello, I'm Addie from the Centennial Cougars U19 team. Welcome to USA Hockey Celebration for Girls Hockey. Join us as we wish the next team good luck. So good luck to the San Diego Angels and the St. Louis Lady Blues.
I think that was Bella for the Frost, or Ella Sutliff actually,
Yep,
from,
Ella Sutliff.
from the Frost. And then from the Loons, it looks like, I think she said that her name was Addie Long. So those two are saying good luck to the other teams that will be playing continuously here.
Next team's up in the lineup. I think it's how they want them to do it. They wanted good luck to the next teams that are going to be playing after this game.
All right, so 15 minutes are on the clock, and you'll be having your play-by-play here shortly. This weekend starts the section or the district tournaments as well for youth hockey in Minnesota. So there'll be a number of teams that'll be in action this weekend to try to continue on with their season.
So starting up front for your Frost is going to be number 2, Emmy Kruzmark, number 10, Claire Dorn centering it up, and number 8, Haley Swenson on the right side. Back at the blue line will be number 14, Abby Redser, and number 74, Tally Van Morleheim-Lenz. We call her T-Bone for short. And in net will be number 1, Lily Cameron. Puck is down. We are underway. T-Bone with it, tries to push it ahead. Loons pull it away, and they're going to take it back down into the Frost zone, but T-Bone is there to break it loose and pushes it down into the corner. Puck slides around to Redser on the far side. She tries to shove it ahead. It gets sent all the way out to the point to Kruzmark, who will carry it out through center. She's going to walk it down in on the near side now. And apparently the Frost are going to go in offside. So we'll get our first stoppage of play with 14:36 to go.
Yeah, one too many moves at the blue line there drew her teammate to go ahead of her and to create that offsides.
Face-off will be the near side, just outside the Centennial zone. Be Dorn facing it off. Centennial's going to win the draw, but they'll snack it over to the far side inside their own zone. They'll pick it up over there along the half wall. Kruzmark intercepts the forward pass, and Swenson knocks it back down into the Centennial zone. Held up right along the blue line. Kruzmark comes in to help. Stokes and Swenson fight for it. Centennial's able to come away with it, knock it out to center. Long with it now, taking it down into the Frost zone. She takes a shot. Glove save made by Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron was in good position there. She had the angle, and she was out on her crease a little bit to cut down that angle and made a good glove save. No traffic in front and no rebound to be made.
Face-off comes to the glove side of Cameron. Frost come away with it. Walker tries to come out, take it out through center. It's going to get knocked off her stick, but the Frost are going to control momentarily. Callahan will have it knocked off her stick and over to the far side now. Down in Sutliff. Pushes it along the far side boards. Puck gets held up along the boards right at the red line. Centennial is able to pick it loose. They're going to send it down into the near side corner now. They try to send it back out, but it's going to be knocked right into the side of the crease, but the Frost are going to be there to take it loose. Back down into the near side corner now. I don't have an actual full roster for, I have a roster, but they don't have numbers on it. Cheesebrow with it. It gets sent over to the far side on the rebound. Shot was blocked in traffic. Walker with it now. She's able to clear it out through center ice. It's going to slide all the way down into the Centennial zone where it's picked up by Remy, it looked like. Remy?
Looks like
Nemi.
Jade Nemi.
Nemi. Centennial brings it back down in. Shot in the goal on the near side. Gives Centennial the first goal of the game and the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, the Loons there did a nice job creating a 2-on-1 right up the middle there. And a nice pass over to the right wing. That'd be number 15 on the team. And their first goal and their third shot. So 13-14 remaining in the first period. The score now is 1-0 in favor of the Loons.
Face off at center ice is controlled by Cheesebrow. She dumps it into the zone, but Retzer was there to knock it loose. Almost had the clear, but Centennial was standing right there. Shot right from point blank range. Save Cameron. Dorn with the puck. She sends it ahead to Swenson out at center ice. Swenson brings it right down the middle. She'll have it poke checked away. Picks it up and is able to get the shot on, but it's going to go just high and over the net. Callahan now, Kruzmark now on the near side corner. Van Morleheim lens from the blue line has that one knocked away in traffic. Centennial is able to clear it out. Retzer is able to knock it free momentarily. Puck sits loose in the near side to face-off circle, just outside the Centennial zone. Cheesebrow picks it up, carries it in. She's going to get the shot off and right into the glove of Cameron.
Yeah, a good glove save there once again by Cameron. The shot was out from top of the face-off circle or so, and no traffic in front, so an easy save there.
Face-off will go to the blocker side of Cameron. Be Durdall. And we're still trying to get a number down for all the Centennial players. Shot from blue line goes high and into the air. Bouncing puck in the slot. Almost was cleared out by Sloan. Frost knock it away just inside the top of the crease. Far side corner now. Callahan tries to knock it loose. Centennial turns it back the other direction now. Durdall steps up to help. Bouncing puck along the far side wall up the blue line. Brought over to the top of the slot. She can't control it, and the Frost are going to be able to clear it all the way out. Puck's going to go the length of the ice, and that one will get called back on icing.
Yeah, even though we're trying to get all the names for the players from the Loons, number 20 on the Loons team does not have a last name entered on there. So we're going to do a process of elimination here. And once I get through everyone that's here, we'll hopefully figure that out. But as you can see, the Loons have a little shorter bench, though, today, too. It looks like they only got 4 subs.
Cheesebrow with it, top of the crease. Backs it up to the point. Shot from there. Turned away in traffic. Puck goes off the side of the net now. Down into the far side corner. It'll be Callahan who takes it away, and she's able to chip it up and out. Centennial will have to reset. Puck sent over to the near sideboard now. And back into the Frost zone. Turned right back out, but didn't quite cross the blue line now. Sloan with it on the far side. Dumps it ahead to Walker. Walker sends it the length of the ice. It's going to bounce all the way down and be called back on icing.
Yeah, good puck movement there by the Loons. The Frost need to get that puck up and neutral ice and get something going and get that puck in deep and go after it.
Frost are wearing their home whites with the sea foam and navy blue trim. Centennial's wearing the black and white. Skating right to left on your radio dial. Frost are going right to left. Frost with it now just inside the Centennial zone. Swenson has it knocked off her stick. It's going to go over to the far side boards where Cheesebrow will drop it off, and then it's taken the other direction by Centennial. T-Bone now with it back behind her own net. She looks for the outlet pass, sends it off the off the near boards, but it was held in on that side by the Loons. Walked down in on the near side or on the far side now. Sticked away by Cameron. Loons come away with it, walk it right down in on her. She's going to jump on, cover it up, and we'll get a stoppage with 10:52 left.
Yeah, Cameron with a nice poke check there as Cheesebro is coming across that middle, trying to do a little dingle-dangle and going through the goaltender. But the goaltender did a nice job poke checking that puck out and making the save. The Loons have another player coming over in Murray, number 12, so I'll make sure you mark that down.
Not surprised, and with the way the roads are around here, that everybody's running a little bit behind. It's wasn't the best travel weather right now. Retzer with it now back behind her own net. Off the near side boards up to Kruzmark. She's able to chip it up and out to Swenson near side. Swenson crosses the red line, one-on-one, takes it down in on the goal miner, brings it around. Ooh, chip shot goes off the blocker and up over the top of the net. Centennial controls over on the far side. Held in at the blue line momentarily, but it's going to bounce out to neutral. And Dorn is going to just flip it back down in deep into the Loon zone. Back behind her own net now. Swenson is there, knocks it free. Puck will slide in behind the net. She goes for the change. Loons have to reset back behind their own net. Near side now. Stokes chips it out to center. It's going to be Retzer who will knock it free, and Durdal will come away with it. Durdal walks it across to the far side. Gets pinched up against the board, and the puck will come loose. Controlled now by Sloan. She's going to walk it in right down the center. Looks to split the D. Takes the shot. Goes just wide, but she gets her own rebound and the goal. There we go. I got to remember which button I'm trying to hit here.
Great play there by Sloan. You saw Swenson earlier in that shift where she walked in and put that shot up top, just a little bit off the blocker and over the net. But as you saw there, a great play there by Dorn to walk that puck in and get a good goal. She got her own rebound and open net, and got a 1-1 tie.
Sloan Tia with the goal makes this a 1-1 game. Puck is going to slide all the way down into the Centennial zone. They're going to control. Top of the slot, they try to get it across. It's going to be poke checked away and pulled a half free by Callahan. She walks it over to the far side, gets a stick on it, gets a shot off, but Walker couldn't quite get a stick on it for the backdoor shot. Near side now, Centennial takes it out through neutral ice. Walked in offside, so we'll have a face-off to the near side now, just outside the Frost zone.
Yeah, nice play there by Callahan. They're trying to hit Walker in front of the net. Just couldn't quite connect, but it was a great play. Good look, and she was wide open in front.
Murray and Dorn to square off near side. Frost are going to win the draw and send it over to the near side boards where it'll be picked up by Centennial. They push it ahead. Tia with it now. Over to Sutliff. Sutliff sends it ahead. It's going to slide all the way down into the Centennial zone. No icing will be on that one. It's going to be carried around back behind the net, sent over to the near side boards now. Tia goes after it, but Centennial's able to bring it out through center. Little pass over to Cheesebrow on the right down the middle. She's going to take the shot that's going to go way wide and come up on the side of Cameron. Frost pick it up, carried around back behind their own net. Near side boards now up to the blue line. Shoveled backhand down and in. Tia was able to break it loose, but the Centennial was able to hold the zone. Over to the far side now. Cheesebrow and Swenson fight for it. Swenson gets to it first. She sends it up the blue line. Centennial's there. Shot, redirect. Comes over to the near side boards now. And Kruzmark is able to clear it out. That one's going to go the length of the ice. It'll get called back on icing, but it'll give the Frost a needed time to get their change in.
Yeah, Sloan did a nice job out there in front, getting that puck clear of the center ice and moving that over. Unfortunately, icing. So the face-off will come back down into the Frost zone.
Glove side of Cameron. This time it's going to be, looks like Stevens. Is there a Stevens? Number 3? Desnoyers.
Allie Desnoyers for the Loons. And in the process of elimination, did not quite work because we have one number 20 from the Loons who doesn't have a name on it, and we have 3 names on our list.
Okay.
So we'll have to take a guess.
We're working on it. Far side now. Frost are going to pick it loose. It's going to slide into their own zone. Durdal tries to get a handle on it, but it's going to come over to the near side boards. Long and T-Bone both fight over it. It gets sent around to the far side boards where Callahan will take control. She pushes it out through center momentarily, but has it stripped off her stick. It's going to get thrown all the way back down into the far side corner. T-Bone will have to pick it up back, or not T-Bone, but Sutliff will pick it up back behind her own net. Durdal, excuse me. Gee, I just cannot talk today. Murray now with it inside of her own zone, backhands it off the near side boards. It's pushed ahead by number 20. It'll go all the way down into the far side corner where Retz will go after it, send it along the far side half wall. Chipped ahead now. It's held at the blue line by Nimi, and then stolen away and taken the other way by the Frost now. Down in the near side, Kruzmark is going to give chase with number 20, the one we don't have a name on her jersey. Centering pass was turned away in traffic. Centennial in control. All the way back out through center ice. Now, big center ice hit. Just kind of a run into each other. Tia with it now, bringing it back the other direction. She'll cross the red line. Her and Kruzmark 2-on-2. And we got one down, and we're going to have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, big collision out there at center, or just inside the blue line there. I can't quite see. It looks like number 15, McKenna Munger, who ran into one of the Frost players.
I think it was Munger and Kruzmark who collided.
So as they tend to Munger, as Seth and I were speaking to earlier with regard to the growth of the U19 program, one thing that Minnesota Hockey is looking at doing, obviously, is to continue to grow the game throughout the metro area as well as outstate, with each year gaining more and more teams, and at some point or another having a similar league like Junior Gold where you have maybe an A team and B teams as well once more teams are playing throughout the state. So again, great opportunities for these girls to continue to play hockey throughout the state of Minnesota.
I know there's a lot of them out there that, like we were talking about earlier, that just either didn't make the high school or didn't want to play high school but want to continue to play. And a lot of those little small towns where you got so many for your team and that's all they need, and maybe one or two extra who would make the drive to the neighboring town to play.
Right.
Near side now, Tia with it, pushes it back down to Kruzmark in the corner. She sends it around to the far side. Swenson goes after it, but it'll be Long that gets to it first, and she's going to carry it out through center ice. Walks it in on the far side. Sutliff is there to poke check it loose. Long is able to get her handle back on it. They center it up right in the center of the slot. Dorn is able to break it loose, and she'll carry it back out through center. Pushes it ahead to Swenson. Swenson touches it, gives chase. She's going to run it down all the way down in the corner. Tries to center it up, but nobody was there. Tia picks it up along the near side board. She tries to walk it back in. She gets knocked off the puck. Back out through center now. Denoyers. She walks it all the way down and in, and she's going to find the back of the net, making it this a one-goal game. Centennial 2-1.
Yeah, nice play there by Denoyers to go ahead and break free. She had some speed coming out of the zone, the defensive zone, and ended up beating goaltender Cameron with a nice deke. So right now, the Loons are getting outshot 8-2 from the Frost, and the score is reflective of that with the score of 2-1 in favor of those Loons.
Face-offs out at center ice will be Durdal and I believe Murray. Munger is back out on the ice. That's good to see. So she didn't have any lasting effects from her collision at center ice. Munger with it now near side. Walks it into the Frost zone. Tries to steer it around T-Bone, but it gets knocked off. T-Bone is able to knock it away with her skate. But the Loons are able to get it right down into the center of the slot. Turned away, and Callahan will bring it out now. Out through center ice. She's going to take it the other direction. 2-on-1 going the other way. Callahan can't control it. She has it poked off her stick. Loons carried around back behind their own net now. Out to center. Cheesebrow with it. Tries to push it ahead. It ends up with Durdal. Durdal sends it back the other direction, back into the Loon zone. Ooh, shot from Callahan. Went just wide. She comes streaking in on the far side. Retzer now with it. Tries to walk it in. She has her stick lifted. The puck sits on the ice. The Centennial is able to clear it out. Picked up just inside the Frost zone will be Walker. She sends it around down to Retzer near side, who will give it a little touch up, just enough to get it down into the Centennial zone while the Frost make their change. Center ice now near side. It'll get pushed down into the Frost near side corner. Swenson goes after it back behind the net. She'll take it over to the far side, bounces it up to Sutliff, but it'll be intercepted by Centennial right out the top of the crease. Puck goes all the way up the top of the slot now. Shot from there, blocked down in traffic. Kruzmark with it. She's able to clear it out to center, forcing the Centennial to reset. Naimi with it, just inside of her own zone, backhands off the near wall. Ref got in the way, so it came right back to Naimi inside of her own zone. She'll send it cross ice to the far side. Swenson is there to knock it loose. Picked up once again back inside the Centennial zone. They send it over the near side to Stokes. Stokes can't get a handle on it. Kruzmark is there to fight for it. Stokes gives it a shove back down into number 20, the one we don't have a name for. Tia is there at mid-center ice now to pick it off. Swenson, she'll send it over to Swenson, far side, who dumps it into the zone. 20 will pick it up back behind her own net and bring it along the near side boards. She sends it ahead, but the Frost are there to intercept. Durdal with it now near side. She chips it ahead. It's going to go right past Cheesebrow. Walker with it near side. She takes it in, tries for the shot, but it'll be knocked away off a skate and go over to the far side boards. Up to Retzer at the blue line. She sends it back in behind the net. Walker with it now back there. She gets knocked down. Puck out front. Backhand shot. Gets turned away in traffic. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game for checking.
Yeah, it looked like behind the net there, one of the Frost players was checked pretty good, knocked him down. I want to say a great play there by Durdal, who anticipated. She came off the bench for the Frost, and she had great anticipation at the red line there to go ahead and step up and intercept that pass and create a scoring opportunity for the Frost. Also, previous shift, Callahan came through with some great speed and created a scoring opportunity of herself, and the goalie made a great save on her, but she did win the race to the puck and had a scoring opportunity for the Frost.
So the first power play of the game is for the Frost. They're going to have it down in the near side corner. It's going to get sent all the way along to the far side boards. Kruzmark couldn't get to it before it slid out to ice. Frost will have to reset. Kruzmark with it now near side. Brings it over, sends it ahead, and it's going to slide all the way down and in. Murray will pick it up back in the corner. She'll take it around back behind her own net, sends it over to the far side boards. It's going to slide right back out to center once again. This time it'll be Dorn fighting for it on the far side with number 7, Addie Long from Centennial. She's going to push her way all the way down into the far side corner of the Frost end. And it'll be taken away by the Frost. Kruzmark with it, sends it ahead to T-Bone, who touches it up. No icing on the call. It goes all the way around the back of the net and into the far side corner. Handled there by Kruzmark. Over to Sloan. Tia Sloan shot. Bouncing puck loose out in the front. Shot in the goal from Callahan on the power play. Ties this game up at 2.
Yeah, Tia Sloan made a great play down low. Took a good shot. The goalie couldn't handle the rebound. Rebound bounced right back out to Sydney Callahan, and Callahan ties the game with 2:58 remaining in the first period. Nice, good power play goal there for the Frost. I was thinking earlier, Seth, that the Frost didn't have a whole lot of time down in the offensive zone, but they sure paid for it there.
They are taking advantage of everything that they can get their hands on with only 4 shots on goal so far. They are capitalizing on what little they're getting. Bringing it all the way around. They're going to bring it right back in and find the top of the net. Cheesebrow is going to put them back on top by 1, 3-2. So they answer back real quick on that one.
Yeah, they always say that the next shift after goal is always a crucial shift. And there, unfortunately, the Frost are on the receiving end, basically, of a goal by Cheesebrough, who basically scored within about 6 seconds, probably after the Frost tied the game. So an unfortunate goal there for the Frost after they had tied the game up just seconds earlier.
Murray and Durdal to face off at center ice. Centennial a little control. They try to send it cross ice, but Walker was there to intercept. She's able to send it forward. Swenson now with it. Pucking bounces around out at neutral ice. Durdal shovels it into the zone. It will be picked up near side. Munger now backhands it up and out to Cheesebrow. Cheesebrow has it stripped away by Sutliff. The puck goes back down into Centennial's defensive zone. They'll pick it up right out in front of their own goalie, send it across to the far side. Retzer now with it at center ice. She'll walk it in near side. Brings it around, centering pass shot. Oh, just wide. Another shot down from Kruzmark from the top of the slot. Back up to Kruzmark on the rebound. She's going to put another shot on that's going to go back behind the net. Retzer go chase it down on the far side. Up and off the glass. It'll end up with Kruzmark back behind the net. She brings it out front, sends it back up the T-bone at the blue line, but it slips off her stick and out to center ice. Munger was there, tried to steal it away. Swenson had got a handle on it. And we'll get a stoppage in play for
maybe a hand pass, maybe? Looks like they're putting the face-off out at center ice, so it may have been played forward with the hand. Great scoring opportunity there for the Frost. Fretzer made a great pass out in front.
Dorn gets pushed down on the face-off. Centennial's going to come away with it now. T-bone. That was almost like Denoyers threw her stick in front of her trying to knock the puck away. Dorn with it now back behind her own net. She'll have it knocked off her stick. Puck comes loose out in front of Cameron. It's going to be right beside her, and she's able to get it covered up before Centennial realizes that it was still loose.
Great play there by Cameron to recognize the fact that puck was sitting right almost on that goal line there to go ahead and cover that up to preserve the 1 goal disadvantage anyways for the Frost.
Face-off stick side of Cameron will be controlled by the Frost. Dorn sends it up the blue line, held there, shot, knocked down in traffic by Tia Sloan. I still find that one a little bit different. I think it'd be the other way around. Puck far side now, brought across to number 20 on the near side. Her cross ice pass is intercepted by Callahan. Puck slides into the Centennial defensive zone. They look to get it out. Callahan was there. Shot from the far side off of the stick of dirt all gets swallowed up by the Centennial goalminder, and we'll be down to about just under 55 seconds.
Well, let's hope here that the Frost can go ahead and even the score here in the remaining minute of this first period. They're getting outshot 2-1 by score or shots of 10-5. So, that 2-1 difference there is pretty significant for a first period.
Frost control, flown from the top. Her shot is going to be redirected in traffic. Bouncing puck along the far side. Swenson tries to send it back out, but Centennial is there to pick it up, take it down the other direction now. Far side walked in. She's going to get pushed off the puck by Callahan. And the puck is going to get turned down all the way down the other direction into the Loon zone, where it'll be gathered up there, right out in front. Walker's shot gets redirected in traffic. It'll end up in the far side corner now. Sent along the boards all the way up and out, and it's going to be chipped back in by Sutliff, and the Frost will be offside this time.
So do we not have takeoff offside in U19s? That was an interesting call by the official there, as it wasn't controlled by the Frost, and the puck was still, the opportunity for the Loons to go ahead and pick that puck up and carry it out.
The problem we've been seeing a lot with this is nobody knows which rules they're playing. If they're playing like 15U rules, or if they're playing high school rules where you've got the delayed offside. So you chip it into the zone on your way out, and one guy will call offside, the other guy will go, oh, nope, that's playable.
Very good.
So it's one of those little areas that needs to be clarified better.
Well, one thing, I'll bring it up in between periods here with 8 seconds left.
Face-off just outside of the Centennial zone. It's going to be controlled by Centennial. They're going to bounce it back and forth inside their own zone and as the time expires. So that'll do it for this first period of play. 3-2 Loons over your Minnesota Frost. And you had something you wanted to bring up there, so we can chat for just a minute here while they take a quick break.
So one thing, Seth, that Minnesota Hockey is in the process of doing right now, is I am a member of the Minnesota Hockey Board. They are in the process right now of petitioning USA Hockey to allow for tag-up offsides as well as icing during penalties, for instance, for the 15s, U15s and older, as well as the Bantams. So USA Hockey currently does not allow that to take place at that age. They put that into effect a couple of years back. But Minnesota Hockey is, like I say, petitioning USA Hockey to go ahead and help expedite this particular play, right? Because as you see, a lot of stoppage in the game and kind of ruins the flow of the game at this particular level anyways, in which they can continue to play.
It does. And that's one of the things that when you're trying to develop in the lower and the younger groups, you want to develop them and have them ready to go on to, say, play high school hockey, where you do have the delayed offsides and the icing on a penalty kill. And it's different things that you got to get used to as you're going along through those development leagues that are going to make things faster and make the play more fluid.
That's exactly right. And even at the younger ages, what we're seeing in District 3 anyways is at, let's say, for instance, the squirts or the U12 level or U10 levels even, they only get 1 hour for a game clock. And what ends up happening is that game clock runs out before the actual third period time runs out because of all the whistles that are created with the offsides and the icings. And part of it is, too, the coaches, I think, at that younger level particularly need to do a little bit better job of teaching and educating them as well to not just throw that puck in offsides, but to go ahead and allow them to regroup the particular puck without creating an offside.
Work it around a little bit out of neutral and then take it in once everybody's out.
That's exactly right. And the other thing, too, that we're looking at, too, to ensure that these games are getting played in full is, right, to make sure that we don't have these type of delays here in between periods where you have referees and coaches still talking to one another.
Face-off out at center ice to start this second period. Durdal and Denores is going to be controlled by Centennial just inside their own zone. They look to chip it up. Long now, near side out at neutral ice. She picks it up backhand, walks it in, top of the slot. She'll have it knocked away by the Frost, but the Loons are able to hold the zone. Stokes now sends it down into the near side corner. It'll be handled there, sent off the boards up to the blue line. Callahan was able to get in front of it and intercept or knock the play loose momentarily. Denora is now near side blue line. Shot goes off the skate of one of her own players. I don't care who you are, that's going to hurt your ankle. Far side corner now. Up to Cheesebrow. She has it knocked away. Frost come away with it. Out through center now. Walker is able to clear the zone. Callahan with it. She's going to dump it in the near side corner. Puck will slide all the way back in behind the net. Handled there by Munger. Stolen away by the Frost. Shot goes off the side of the net. Rebound is picked up. Centering pass goes through the crease and up to Tia at the far side. Her shot gets knocked down in traffic. Loons come away with it back behind their own net. They send it off the near side boards. Cheesebrow with it now. Walks it out through center. She'll have it stripped off her stick by Sutliff. Sutliff ahead to Callahan. Callahan dumps it into the near side corner. It goes all the way around to the far side half wall. Picked up over there. Held at the blue line by T-Bone. She brings it in. Shot. Redirect up into the air in traffic. Puck goes into the near side boards now. Handled there by Cheesebrow. She sends it ahead. Out to near. Held at the blue line by Retzer. I thought it actually slid all the way out. Back in behind the net. Swenson gives chase. They push it ahead. Near side boards now. Cheesebrow. She'll have it knocked away as she tries to clear the zone. Kruzmark with it. Back down to Cheesebrow. Murray bounces it back down into the Centennial zone. Dorn with it. She walks it in far side. Takes it all the way down in the corner. She's going to wrap it around behind the net. Centering pass. Gets turned away in traffic. Puck sits loose at the top of the crease. Not covered up yet. Puck still loose. Callahan shot. That one's going to get turned away and over to the far side boards now. Swenson with it. Cross ice over the near side blue line. Retzer. Retzer with a shot that'll get blocked down in traffic. Puck ends up back behind the net. Kruzmark. Her centering pass is going to be knocked away by the Loons. Goes all the way around the far side to T-Bone. She sends it right back down in with a shot, and that one will get covered up by the Loons goalminder. So that was quite the flurry of play there.
Yeah, that was a great shift for the Frost. As you see now, the shots now are 10-10, whereas at the end of the first period, the shots were favoring the Loons by 10-5. So 5 shots there in that first few minutes there of this period for the Frost. So great pressure by them.
About 2.5 minutes in, and that was quite the flurry of play. Callahan with it now, has it knocked off her stick, and it'll end up along the back wall. Loons come away with it along the far side now. They look to walk it out, but it's going to be knocked down right out in front by Durdall. Centennial's able to clear long with it now, near side, walks it down, takes a shot. Cameron with the save. Frost are able to clear it right back out now. Callahan with it near side, pushes it ahead. It goes all the way down and in, no icing. It's going to go into the far side corner. Walker is right there along with Naimi. She'll send it around to the near side. Callahan's shot is knocked down by number 3, Addie Denoyes. Puck comes around and out front of the net. Centennial clears it right back out. Shot from the far side, gets turned right back in behind the net, and the Loons will come away with it. Retzer can't hold the zone. Long gives chase now down into the Frost zone, but that one's going to get called back on icing.
So, Seth, one thing that I've noticed is that there's a lot of traffic in front of the Loons goaltender when the Frost has some great scoring opportunities. The referees were in great position to go ahead and not blow the whistle when that puck was free. So good job by the officials for getting in position. In fact, the official going down right now, his name is Daryl. He officiates over 1,000 games per year.
That's a pretty substantial. I mean, that's like 3 games a day, every day. Puck up to Swenson, out to Tia. Her shot's blocked down in traffic. Centennial takes it the other direction now with Sutliff in her back pocket. She's going to walk it all the way down and in. Shot finds the back of the net, giving the Loons a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, good play there by the Loons there to go ahead and take advantage of that break. Number 20 had a lot of speed going into the zone, and she made the Frost pay with that nice goal. She cut across the middle and came back. Yeah, so you mentioned Daryl. So Daryl, he does a lot of officiating during the summer as well. So not just from basically September through March, but he does it all year long.
That's a lot of games that you're covering if you're doing over 1,000 games a year, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Swenson with it now, near side or far side. She gets the shot off. Kick save made by the Loons goalminder. Puck over the near side boards now. Swenson is able to get a stick on it. She sends it down to the top of the slot. Up to Tia at the point. Her shot is going to get swallowed up by the Centennial goalminder.
Yeah, good look there by Tia. Nice play to get that puck out to the points, open up that scoring opportunities, and a great shot there. One thing, too, I've noticed, too, with these Frost and Loons goaltenders, the pucks or the net stays in its position a great deal more than what you see the boys.
Yeah, I don't think they push off quite as hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Faceoff is going to be controlled by the Loon. Kruzmark with it up to Tia. Tia redirect or shot down to Swenson. Redirect. Swenson will pick up her own rebound, sends it out to Dorn. Back up to Kruzmark, and Kruzmark's shot will get covered up.
A great play there once again by Swenson to go ahead and center that puck. Had a great opportunity there by Kruzmark, and a good save by the Loons goaltender.
Face-off once again goes over to the far side. Dorn again is going to win the draw. Loons will control. Tia down into the behind the net. Dorn will give chase and all the way around to the near side now. She tries to center it up. Comes up to Tia at the top of the slot. Chip shot. Stick save. Swenson with the rebound. Her shot went off the side of the net. It'll come back up the top of the slot. Shot goes just wide and bounces along the side of the net. Centering pass goes over to the far side wall. Down into the corner now. It'll be the Loons who have it. They bring it around back behind their own net. Dorn is there to knock it loose. Puck comes free along the near side boards. Handled by Kormeyer? Romaker. She's able to get it all the way down into the Frost zone. One gets knocked down. Puck comes loose. Out in front, shot, save. Cameron, puck's free. Swenson with it. She's going to bring it out hard and fast. 2-on-2, going the other direction now. She walks it down, sends it cross ice over to Kruzmark. Kruzmark shot, blocker save made. Kruzmark with the rebound. Tries to center up, and it's going to get covered up by the Loons goalminder.
Yeah, Kruzmark there with a great scoring opportunity. Good speed, good shot. Goaltender was in good position. And a little bit of a change of pace here. The Frost now are out shooting the Loons 15-13 in these 6.5 minutes of play in the second period.
Frost seem to have found another gear. It seems like they're actually picking up the pace as the game goes on here. Down into the far side corner now. Durdall gives chase. Walker with it along the boards. She sends it right back in behind the net. It's picked up back there by the Loons. She's looking for the outlet, sends it cross ice. It's going to come all the way up to T-Bone at the point. She sends it right back down into Callahan, who touches it up, and it'll end up in the near side corner. Along the boards now, Retzer. She's able to chip it loose. Callahan shot goes just over the top of the blocker of the goalminder. T-Bone with it now far side. Her shot goes just wide. It comes all the way around to Retzer on the near side boards. Puck comes free. Callahan with it from the face-off circle, takes a shot. That one's going to get blocked in traffic. Callahan is there to knock it loose. Walker picks it up, takes a shot, goes off the side of the cage. It'll come all the way back around to the near side to Retzer. Retzer drops it off for Callahan. Callahan walks it down in the corner before getting stripped off. We got a pushing match right out in front between Durdall and I believe number 10, Madison Naimi. I'm not entirely sure what all that was about. I'm usually the one watching the play where the puck is, so I miss all the rest of it.
Yeah, Naimi from the Loons actually took a little bit of liberties on one of the Frost players, and our Frost player came back in to provide a little support with that. And unfortunately, though, I'm not sure if they'll give a 4 minutes to the Loons or if it'll just be 2 minutes. But the Frost were going to go on a power play for 2 minutes, but let's see what the referees call here. So a little retaliatory action from the Frost, going ahead and defending and protecting her player.
Looks like we're going to have matching minors, probably either roughing or delay a game. Oh, nope, there we go. There's the power play. Well, what do we got going on here?
Is she being ejected? Nope, she's not. But given the fact that they're putting someone else in there, it means that she got more than 2 minutes. So hopefully here...
That would lead me to believe a 2 and a 10.
Although you got 5-on-5 out there right now for the Loons, but the Loons need to pull one player off. So that Nimi for the Loons must have received at least a 4+, maybe a 5-minute major for altercation. So, but anyway, the Frost will have a 2-minute power play here to hopefully get one goal back, given the fact that they are trailing by a score of 2-4.
9:15, second period, face-off far side.
You know, Seth, one thing I want to give credit to here, the Frost have done a great job using their Ds, and the Ds keeping the puck in the zone.
Tia, far side now with it. Chips it along the boards down low. Swenson can't get a handle on it. It's going to be stolen away by the Loons, but they're going to drop it right back off to Kruzmark down behind her own net. She'll send it up to Retzer. Retzer shot, knocked down in traffic. Bouncing puck loose in front of the net. Will get cleared all the way back out to Tia at the far side blue line. She walks it across, sends it over to T-Bone near side. T-Bone shot. That one's going to get knocked down out in front. Sutliff with it. Backhand chip shot off a Sutliff stick. Ended up with Kruzmark. She was able to put it right into the pads of the goal minder who covered it up, and we'll get a stoppage.
Again, another great scoring opportunity for the Frost. One thing that I've noticed is that the Loons goaltender spends a lot of times in butterfly position. So if in tight, hopefully the Frost have the opportunity to put that puck up top.
Far side boards now. Swenson sends it up to Tia, but the Loons are able to knock it free. Tia and the Loons fight for it, and it's going to come loose and go all the way down into the Frost zone. But it looked like Tia's going to get called for probably either a hook or a trip. Whoa, wait a minute here. What we got? Let's calm down, girls.
Yeah, a good hustle there by the Loons. The Loons forward. Tia did a great job back checking, but unfortunately got a little bit behind her and gave her a little bit of a shove to push her down. So that will go ahead and null or eliminate the power play that the Frost had.
Minute 19 of 4-on-4. And then the Loons will go on the power play for 41 seconds. Retzer, Kruzmark, Swenson, and T-Bone, it looks like. Yep, T-Bone over there on the far side. Loons control. They try to walk it in. T-Bone is there to separate the puck from the skater. Far side boards now. Comes right back to T-Bone. She sends it out to neutral ice. Cheesebrow with it. Chips it over to her skater far side. Back over to Munger near side now. She walks it in near side. She walks it right in the top of the slot. Tries for the shot. T-Bone was right there for the block. The Munger will go back and pick it up in the far side corner. Walks it around to the near side. She's slowed the pace way down now. Centering pass is going to be turned away by the Frost. T-Bone sends it over the near side. Swenson and Retzer both fight for it, but the Centennial is able to come away with it. Munger now with it. Sends it down low. It goes all the way into the far side corner. Kruzmark goes after it. She's able to chip it up and out through center. Centennial will pick it up, carry it just inside of their own zone. Walking it out through center ice now. She's going to take it over to the far side and all the way down and in. She looks for the shot, takes the shot, goes well wide of the net and onto the near side boards. Munger with it now near side. She tries to walk it into the side of the slot, but it was Kruzmark who pulled it away, and she's going to walk it right back out through center. Looks to send it ahead. She bumps it up, and it'll go all the way down in, back behind the Loons net. And be picked up there by Centennial. They send it ahead to Long. Centennial on the power play now. Retzer is able to break it loose. She walks it in far side, sends it down in back behind the net. Walker comes around to the near side, picks it up. Looks to center it up. It comes over to the near side boards where it's going to be handled by Centennial, but Walker was there to break it loose. Her shot is going to get turned away out in front. Puck comes up to Callahan. Callahan's shot goes just wide of the net and into the far side corner. Centennial will come away with it, bring it around to the near side now. And they're going to walk it back out through center. Denoyers walks around one. Brings it over to the near side now. Looks for the wraparound. Looks to center it up. Centering pass, shot, and the goal with 4 seconds left on the power play, making this a 5-4 Loons advantage.
Yeah, Desnoyer there did a great job at carrying that puck up through neutral ice and into the defensive zone of the Frost and found an open Addie Long who was breaking hard to the net for a power play goal. So now the Frost have a 3-goal differential in which they trail the Loons 5-2. So
go ahead.
I was going to say the 4-on-4 is a lot of open ice there for them, and then they had to go on the penalty kill.
So face-off is going to be turned all the way down into the far side of the Frost zone. It'll be picked up back behind the net by T-Bone. She tries to push it ahead, but it was knocked down out in front. Pinned up against the backboards now. Centennial comes away with it. Sent up to the blue line, far side. Shoveled down low. Callahan was there to knock it loose. Long had it momentarily. Chip shot right down on to Sutliff, who sent it out to Walker, who was able to clear the zone. Centennial give chase down into her zone. Callahan comes streaking in hard and fast. She gets it out front. Walker chip shot. Rebound loose. Rebound shot goes just wide of the net. Comes up alongside. Puck still free. Dirtall with it. Looks for the wraparound. Centennial is there to break it away. Cheese Brown now with it near side. She'll be knocked off the puck by Walker, but it's going to slide all the way back out to center, forcing the Frost to reset. Cheesebrow with it, walks it in far side. She tries to steer around T-Bone, going to bring it all the way out around the side of the net, looks for the wraparound, centers it up, nobody there, and the Frost are able to clear it right back out. This one's going to go the length of the ice. Is it going to get, it is playable, they are able to run it down. Retzer in her back pocket on the far side now. Swenson picks it up over there. Centering pass over to Kruzmark. Kruzmark looks for the shovel shot. Goes right behind the goaltender on the near side. Shot and the goal.
Boy, that puck went right across the crease. The referee signaled the goal. The Loons look like they're saying that didn't go in, but I think the goaltender probably pulled it out from behind her. And a good goal for the Frost, which they definitely needed. Go ahead and cut that
Kruzmark
lead.
definitely had the nice shot right through the back side of the crease. I mean, if the goalie would have kicked a foot, she would have kicked it in.
Yeah, and Seth, once again, that Loons goaltender is awful on the ice, an awful lot in the butterfly position. So Loons got to go ahead and start flipping that puck up in the upper corners when they're in tight.
Face off out at center ice, Callahan. And Denoyes, Centennial's going to come away with it. But before they can break the zone, Frost are going to be there to knock it loose. Back out through center ice now, Callahan. She controls, sends it ahead to Tia. Tia walks it in, shot right into the pad. She didn't get the hold on it, but it did drop into the ice right in front of her, so she covered it up.
And also 12 minutes into the second period, shots on goal favor the Frost, 20-14. So the Loons have only had 4 shots this period and 15 shots for the Frost.
Face off far side over to the far side boards. Retzer chips it down deep into the corner. Centennial is there to pick it up, but Kruzmark was also there. Now Retzer comes away with it, sends it up to Tia at the blue line. Tia drops it back down and in, but it goes right to the Loons, and they're able to clear it out. Forwarding pass to Long on the near side. She walks it down and in. We're going to have a trip with the shot coming off of Long. And the power play will go to the Loons with 4:28 left here in the second period.
Yeah, I actually don't agree with that call there from Daryl. It looked like the Loons player was actually on her way down before Tia actually even got her stick into her feet. In fact, I would say that she would have fallen regardless. But either way, the Loons are on a power play and the Frost are on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. And that's the goal scored, of course.
Second penalty kill of the game for the Loons. Their first one was 41 seconds with the unfortunate ending of a goal for the Loons. Face off near side now will be Durdahl and Murray. Loons are going to control. Cheesebrow with it, walks it back up to the blue line. Sends it over the near side boards. She walks it right around out in front. Shot gets redirected up into the air off the stick of Cameron. It'll end up over on the far side boards now. I like how the Loons really slow the play down when they're on the power play there. They're working it around, looking for that advantage and looking for that opportunity. Shot from the blue line, redirected out or knocked down by Callahan. Puck comes over to the near side board now. Naimi with it, sends it over to the far side. Picked up over along the far side boards. And the Frost are able to clear it out. That one's going to go the length of the ice. No icing, I guess. We're going to have that one as the playable. And Naimi just took a big spill as she was trying to get to the puck. She'll send it along the near side boards. Sutliff is there at the blue line to hold it in. She sends it back down into the corner. Naimi picks it up there. Along the near side board now. Cheesebrow gives chase. Shoveled back down by Kruzmark. Callahan with it. She's trying to dig it loose. She's able to break it out. She gives chase all the way down into the corner. And holds control. She looks for the wraparound, brings it around the side. Shot and goes off the post. I'm not sure how he didn't call that one a goal. That one, I swear, was in. Near side now, Cheesebrow walks it out through center, sends it cross ice, and the Frost will pull it away. Walker ahead to Callahan. Callahan on the far side. She's going to walk it all the way down into the corner, looking to center it up. Nobody there. Puck comes all the way over to the near side boards. Chipped up and off the boards. And out to center, Frost reset now. Swenson with it, near side. She's looking for it. She's able to get a shot off. Bouncing puck right into the pads of the the Centennial goalminder. Far side now. It'll be carried along the boards by Munger. Swenson in her back pocket. Walker steps in to slow her down. It'll be held up along the far side boards. Power play over. Shot, Cameron with the save. Puck goes into the far side corner. Walker with it. Now Callahan is able to chip it up and out through center. That one's coming right in on the goalminder. So there is definitely no icing going to be called on that one. She'll push it over to the side end of the near side corner. Tia comes down in it. It'll come up to Swenson at the point. She sends it down low to Tia. Bouncing puck is going to be covered up by the goalminder. And we'll have 2:04 left in the second period.
So, Seth, a great penalty kill by the Frost. In fact, they actually had some scoring opportunities, and quite frankly, I think that was a goal. And as I had mentioned earlier, in which they maybe shoot that puck up high, that one went up top and looked like it went inside of the crossbar and maybe hit that back post and bounced back out.
Face off near side now. Callahan with it. She's got it on the top of the slot. Will have it poked off her stick up the T-bone of the point. She'll put it down in. Shot goes off the side of the cage. Retzer tries to center it up. It'll get covered up by the goalminder.
So a strong second period here for the Frost. Still trailing by 2, but boy, they're putting on the pressure this period. The long change seems like it's actually helped them as opposed to hurt them this period.
Face off far side is going to be controlled momentarily by the Frost, but pulled away by the Loons. Long with it now near side. She'll carry it into the zone at the top of the slot, brings it around. She's going to get tripped up by Tia right out in front of the net as she takes the shot. So that'll put the Loons back on the power play. I don't know. Let's see if we get just the straight up penalty or if it's going to be the... I don't think we're going to have the penalty shot.
No, I think you'll have a 2-minute for tripping. I don't think Long was far enough ahead to warrant a penalty shot. I don't think she was in the clear. I think Tia did a great job actually defending until Long made that one extra move, and Tia went in for a extra little shot on the skate.
Okay, what are we talking about over there now?
I think they may be talking about how many penalties maybe she has, because I think if you have so many penalties within this league, you may be done for the game. So I think it's maybe a matter of how many penalties does Tia have this particular game.
I think this would be her second one of the game.
Yeah, and the referees may have thought it was her third maybe.
Possibly. I guess I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was 3, but actually I thought it was like 4, but...
Yeah, so they need to go ahead and look at game sheet there to recognize how many penalties she has, but that's interesting as to what they were talking about. It was definitely just a trip, nothing further than that.
Face off far side, won by Dorn, controlled by the Loons. Up at the blue line, sent down in deep. It's going to be turned over to the far side. Loons control. Right into the side of the crease. It'll be Dorn who sends it back out. Up to the blue line now. Loons hold on to it. They're able to put a shot on from the top. It'll get turned away by Cameron. Rebound is going to be picked up by the Loons. Wrap around, no good. Goes off the side of the cage. It comes over to the near side corner. Along the wall now, Long tries to walk it around. She'll have it knocked off her stick. And Cameron will bump it away over to Dorn now. Dorn with it far side. She's able to walk it out to center and dump it all the way down and in. And that's the time they're going to call it an icing. This is what I was talking about earlier, where it was... we've got confused. The previous penalty kill, it was no icing, and now this time it is icing. So,
yeah, it looks like the referees made a mistake here, given the fact that they are short-handed. The Frost are, and the faceoff's going to come back down into the Loons' end. I think this goes back to the consistency that we've seen as to whether or not they are playing with tag-up offsides, icing, or what have you. This one here, it looks like they're allowing them to ice the puck, which means they should be allowing them to tag up as well, in my opinion.
Off the face-off, Callahan gets the puck, puts the shot right on. I think we talk about 1 second off the clock on that one, so we'll go right back to the face-off circle on the far side. Dorn again, Callahan shot again, right in. Bouncing puck is loose out in front of the goalminder. Oh, Dorn just couldn't quite get a stick on it. It bounced all the way over the near side boards. Near side corner now, Naimi takes it back in behind the net. Retzer is there to peel her off the puck. Naimi will pick it up along the far side, but Retzer is there once again to pinch her up against the boards. Naimi comes away with it, takes it the other direction, sends it over to 20, right out in front of her own net. She sends it ahead now. It'll be Cheesebrow with it, who dumps it in near side, and they are going to be offside on the walk-in.
Dorn did a great job on those faceoffs. She won those faceoffs clean down in the offensive zone while shorthanded to give some scoring opportunities for the Frost. Great job by Dorn at the center.
Both of them worked out nicely, right up to Callahan. Callahan was able to get the shot off almost immediately. Face-off near side now is going to be bounced around before being settled down by the Loons. Long with it now, wraps it around back behind the net, tries to bring it around. She's going to walk it all the way around into the top of the slot, takes the shot. That one will get blocked in traffic. It'll end up with Cheesebrow back behind the net. She sends it up to Naimi at the blue line. Naimi looks for the slap shot. Redirect up into the netting behind the net. And out of play.
Yeah, great stick. I wasn't sure who that was for the defensive player for the Frost, but did a great job getting stick in lanes there and getting those pucks up and out of play and blocking those shots.
Dirtall and Denoya's far side now. They're going to control along with another shot. That one was blocked by Sutliff out front. Dirtall with it. She's able to clear the zone. Loons go after it, but they're not going to get much done as time expires. Mark of the end of this second period.
Well, the Frosts are doing a great job with these penalty kills. They're actually creating some scoring opportunities of their own, and quite frankly, are doing a great job.
So it looks like we are actually going to take a break this time, take probably a 10-minute here while they scrub down the ice, and we'll step away for a little while and let our voices rest and have a little chit-chat from the side. So with that, we'll end this second period of play and be back here in just a little while. You're watching Minnesota Frost Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back to the Plymouth Ice Center, Plymouth, Minnesota. Paul Steenerson, District 3 Director, here with me tonight. Your Minnesota Frost are currently trailing the Centennial Loons, not the Centennial Cougars. The high school team are the Cougars. I guess the U19 team are the Loons, by a score of 5-3 right now. 15 minutes to go here in this third period.
That was a good second period for the Frost. They outshot the Loons pretty significantly there, but still gave up a couple goals to still trail the Loons by a score, like I said, 3-5, and they will start out on the penalty kill as well.
18 seconds left on their penalty kill. Starting out will be Callahan and Swenson up front, T-Bone and Durdall on the blue line. Callahan's going to win or Kruzmark, not Callahan, and saw the number 2, but I couldn't see the other 2. Just inside the Loon zone, puck will be held there. Not quite sure why nobody chased it. Durdall with it now inside of her own slot, sends it ahead out to center. Swenson picks it up. She walks down in, one-on-one, nobody there, looks for the shot, takes the shot, and gets the goal. 4-3, 14:42 left here in the third.
A great stretch pass there to open up the game and open up the third period anyways with the goal. And it looks like the Loons, it looks like they have a new goaltender in play as well. It looks like number 30 is out, and it looks like they brought in a new goaltender for the third period.
You are correct there, Paul. They brought in a cold goalie to start the third. That's kind of an interesting maneuver, but
yeah, and the first shot too, and the first shot's the first goal on this new goaltender.
Face off at center ice. Swenson wins, sends it all the way down into the far side corner. Penalty kill is over now. Loons control far side. They sent it over on the end of the near on. Walked out through center ice. Good Lord, I can't talk. Down in Munger. She's going to get the shot and the goal, putting them back up by 2.
Munger with a nifty play there to go through the legs of the defender of the Frost and go top shelf on Cameron. So once again, we have a goal by the Frost, and 6-7 seconds later, you have another goal by the Loons to keep that lead at 2 goals.
Interesting back and forth matchup. I mean, they've gone up by they're keeping their lead ahead by 2. Just moments after the Frost are bringing it back in with win 1. Dorn to Swenson now. Pushes it ahead. Naimi comes away with it. Down into the Frost zone. Knocked free from Sutliff. The Centennial is able to control. They're going to get it right down into the side of the slot. And the Frost are going to be able to clear it out. All the way up to center now. Cheesebrow. She sends it back down towards her own zone. They push it ahead. Dorn with it. She tries to send it ahead but has it knocked away. Walked in far side. Long with it now near side. Shot in the goal.
Nice play there by Denoyer to go ahead and find Long there on that 2-on-1 break.
7-4, 13:55. Loons are up.
Yeah, that was a tough turnover there by the Frost to go ahead and give up that odd man rush. I like what the Frost are doing, though, in trying to spring Swenson to get that breakaway once again. And she was out high when the puck was down low inside the defensive zone for the Frost. But in this time here, though, the Loons made them pay.
Loons control just inside of the Frost zone. It's going to be bumped down into the near side corner. Sutliff to Walker. She'll get pinched up against the boards, courtesy of Long. Will be sent out by Kruzmark now out to center ice. Number 20, she fights with Callahan all the way down and in along the long side, but can't break the zone. Kruzmark with it now near far side. Over to Walker. She can't get a stick on it. It'll come all the way into the near side corner. Walker picks it up there. Up to Callahan at the top of the slot. Shot goes just wide of the net on the far side. Carried around back behind the net now with the Loons. She's going to send it over to the near side now. It'll be Munger who walks it out through center. She's able to steer around Sutliff, but not around Durdall. Puck comes over to the near side boards now. Sutliff shovels it ahead. Walker picks it up just outside the zone, sends it cross ice to the far side where it's handled by Nimi, and then to Cheesebrow. Cheesebrow steers around one, but she can't steer around Callahan. Callahan knocks it off her stick over to Kruzmark. Kruzmark ahead to Callahan. She chips it up and down into the far side corner. She'll fight for it all the way down in behind the net with Denoyes in her back pocket. Loons are going to come away with it. They're able to clear it out to center now. It'll come up to Durdall near side. She walks it along the boards and shovels it ahead to Dorn. Dorn walks it in, looks to center it up. Over to Swenson in the slot. Shot was redirected along the far side. Down to Dorn. She'll send it over to T-Bone far side, who tries to shovel it back down in, but it was intercepted by Cheesebrow. Cheesebrow can't break the zone. Dirtall was there to take it back out the other direction. Now just outside, it'll be Murray with it. Retzer was there to knock it free. Puck comes loose just inside the zone. Dorn clears it out to Swenson. Swenson 1-on-2. She's just going to cross the red line and dump it. It'll go all the way around over to the far side corner now, where it'll be handled by Retzer. She's going to bring it around back behind the net. Looks to center it up, brings it out, brings it around to the near side, puts the brakes on. Tries to steer it back the other direction, but has it knocked off her stick. Down into the corner and along the near side boards now. Loons try to walk it out. They're able to do so along the boards. Long with it now. Brings it all the way down and in. Tries to steer around Sutliff, but she can't get around Swenson. Swenson knocks it free right onto the stick of Stokes, who puts a shot on Cameron. Cameron gets a save. Frost comes away with the rebound now. T-Bone with it near side. She tries to shovel it out. Comes off the skates of Retzer, and Stokes will pick up the loose puck. She'll bring it around into the top of the slot, puts a shot on that goes just wide of the net and onto the back wall. Kruzmark with it now. Up to Swenson, who sends it the length of the ice, and that one will get called back on icing with 11:13 remaining here in this third set of play.
Yeah, good shift there by Dorn, Swenson, and Kruzmark. And I like what the Frost are doing to go ahead and pull the defensive players from the Loons outside of the offensive zone for them to go ahead and stretch that ice a little bit more, and makes it a little easier breakout for the Frost to get that puck down into their offensive zone.
Face-off, Kruzmark and Murray comes up to the blue line on the far side. Slap shot from there is going to get turned away by Cameron. Bouncing puck near side now. Walker is able to chip it loose. She's able to clear the zone. She goes after it near side, and will get pinched up along the boards right at the red line now. Cheesebrow with it back inside the Frost zone. She takes it around, takes the shot that goes just wide and around back behind the net. Frost come away with it now. Callahan walks it through center ice. Down into the zone. She'll lose the puck over to the far side wall. Slides back out to center ice. The Frost will have to reset now. Dirtall with it. Chips it ahead to Callahan on the far side. She can't keep a stick on it, but it'll come over to Walker. Walker takes it in. Walker walks it in. She's going to pick it up back behind the own net, pick up her own rebound back behind the net. Walker with it now, has it stripped off her stick back behind the net. Loons pick it up. They look to get it out. They're going to send it over to the far side now and walk it out. Back to the center now. It'll be Naimi who walks it in. She's going to bring it all the way around, looks for the shot, gets the shot, and gets the goal. And that'll put the Loons up 8-4 with 10:13 remaining here in the third.
So a tough goal there to give up there by the Frost. I think that was Munger. Munger came down with a lot of speed and went past the defenseman for the Frost and made a nice nifty move on goaltender Cameron. So the game clock is showing 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining on the game clock. So it'll be interesting, or excuse me, on the hour clock. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the game clock.
Face-off is controlled by the Loons. Long with it now. She'll have it poked off her stick. Picked up and carried into the corner now on the stick of Denoyes. She'll have it knocked free. Back behind the net, bouncing puck will be settled down by the Loons. They look for the wraparound. It'll be Swenson who's there to knock it loose. She's going to take it around back behind the net. Sends it out to Retzer at the point. But the Loons were there to hold the zone. Turned right back down in behind the net. Long with it now near side. Her and T-Bone fight for it. Puck gets knocked loose right into the slot. Shot off the backhand of Long, goes back behind the net. Right back out in front of Cameron. She's able to get the stick save. Retzer will pick it up back, or T-Bone will pick it up back behind the net. Far side now. Puck will be batted around before Dirtall is able to clear it out. That one's going to come the length of the ice on a roll, and that's going to get called back on icing.
Yeah, Cameron's doing a nice job making that initial save and controlling those rebounds, putting them out to the side. And in looking at the new goaltender for the Loons, she is tall compared to the previous goaltender. That's a tall goaltender.
Number 31, no name on the back of the jersey, so I don't know what to call her aside from the Stillwater or the Centennial goalminder. Puck will be sent along the back wall off the stick of Sutliff. Walker is going to get pinched up against the boards, and we're going to have a whistle and a stoppage in play, and a penalty forthcoming on Munger.
Well, let's hope
checking.
Let's hope that the Frost can go ahead and get their power play set up down here in the offensive zone and get some momentum going here as they trail by 4 with this 2-minute power play.
Shots tied at 26. Loons try to clear it out right away. It's going to come all the way down into the Frost zone where it's shoved right back out by T-Bone. Callahan with it now far side. She fights with it with Cheesebrow, and it looked like Naimi over there. Frost are able to break it back down into the zone. Dropped out in front of the net. Backhand shot is going to get covered up by the goalminder.
And that looks like that could be the game, as the Zamboni door is coming up, and the hour clock in which they usually play off of has wound down to 0.
That is how this one is going to wrap up here. We're going to have technically almost 9 minutes left, but we've run out of session time. So that being said, we're going to call this one a night and move on to the next one, which will be, I believe, next Saturday against Stillwater. So, Paul, I tell you what, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. You're filling in a lot of the blank spaces that I normally leave when nothing else is going on and there's no play.
Well, Seth, I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me, too. I think it was an interesting decision for them to actually go ahead and zam in between the second and third, actually, in which they took off or lost, actually, about 9 minutes of play by doing so, which would have maybe given the opportunity for the Frost to go ahead and make that comeback.
So Lisa just showed me the schedule for next week. Saturday, the Frost will take on Centennial once again on Centennial's, actually on the Anoka ice. So we'll see you again real soon. So for Paul Steenerson and my camera operator Lisa Swenson, I'm Seth. You've been watching Minnesota Frost Hockey on 19U Girls Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. I need to go find a glass of water. We'll see y'all again soon.